Yeah, this will be like my Scientology part 2 video. Basically, Tom Cruise, when he debated with Matt Lauer, well, that's funny in and of itself, because if you go back and listen to him talk about psychiatry and how psychiatry uses shock therapy treatment, which is okay. If anyone has seen the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, shock therapy is like a last resort, and it requires almost like an act of Congress, probably in any state, to even do that. People do not. I've never encountered anyone who really was about that or wanted that in that field. I've never been around a psychiatrist who's like, yeah, I do shock therapy. I've never met one, so whatever. They have this rants and raves against psychiatry. So yeah, you got Tom Cruise debating with Matt Lauer, and he's also debating whether or not people need medicine for postpartum depression. And how, as a man, would he even understand what a woman's hormones are like, or what Brooke Shields went through? And maybe they made up whatever. I really don't care, because I've seen autopsy photos, I've read reports upon reports upon reports. I don't need any more information to convince me that their cult is dangerous. They really wouldn't care if the person lives or dies, because they're going to get all their stuff anyway. I mean, if I join the church, I've seen forms where if you join the Church of Scientology, you're supposed to sign that you'll never go to a psychiatrist or therapist. But it makes more sense to hold their soup cans, to get audited, to get rid of frozen alien souls known as body thetans that came from Xenu. Well, hell, Xenu, that's a bunch of crap. Why would I go to a stranger who has no ethical requirement to keep anything I say confidential, who's going to take that information, put it in a folder, and use it against me later? And there's no laws that say they can't. This is what they've been proven to do. It's in court documents that they use this tactic to harass people and also to intimidate them. They ask them stupid questions like, have you had bad thoughts about L. Ron Hubbard? Well, yeah, he's a sucky science fiction writer who invented a religion, who's a meaningless, worthless, terrible writer. I mean, his books couldn't sell, but he can invent a religion that's still alive today? Come on. I mean, how many brain cells do you need to realize that there's no evil Lord Xenu, and that niacin, the vitamin, doesn't cure everything in the planet? How many autopsy pictures of dead Scientologists is given hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they've settled out of court for undisclosed amounts of money, do you need to see to know it's a cult? Look at Lisa McPherson's pictures. She gave them $200,000. They left her malnourished, roach bitten, but they sold her some nice Scientology tapes. Oh, that's lovely. Look at the Jeremy Perkins case. Look at Noah Loddick. Then as far as the celebrities, I'm sure they get a different treatment than the people who are who are actually down there working. Say they don't pass the security check, they're in trouble. Then the cult sends them to like RPF, this like Reformation kind of crap, and they at that point are doing manual labor and getting like oatmeal. Some chick in England got sent there by her parents, and they found that the work she did, it caused like bone deformities that were so bad that she sued her parents for dropping her off at like a Scientology base something, and won. I don't remember how much money. I don't know if they say, because the Church of Scientology really doesn't like that the amount of money they give out or have to be known. And just like they don't like people to know that they broke into the IRS. I mean, they're like a terrorist organization in our own society, and that's just like what they're gonna rebuild their reputation with. What, Beck, Kirstie Alley, Jenna Elfman, who played Dharma on Dharma and Greg, who was quoted to be saying to people, "What crimes have you committed? What babies have you raped?" What? Because somebody on a shirt that said Scientology is gay had a picture of Tom Cruise on the back. It had John Travolta and it said very gay on the bottom. And some guy in California, a director or something, wore the shirt. And so then what's really also funny is if you watch these videos, when you start talking about Xenu, they stick their fingers in their ears. Like, seriously? That's something you outgrow after you're 2 years old? I mean, that's not even, they don't even act in an age-appropriate way, and they're so, I'm so against it because they're just so brainwashed. It's just this brainwash. Read this, watch this video. If you don't pass our e-meter test, then you're not really a good person, blah, blah, blah. You know, you have to question every religion and every reason. And I mean, I'm stealing this from like Pan's Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth. But there's a quote in that movie that says something to the effect of, to blindly follow orders without question are for people like you. I can't do that. Not even in the Christian faith would I do that. I would not blindly follow somebody just because they said believe it. I can't. Oh, that could open so many attacks right there. Okay, atheists, calm down. I can just feel it in the air. I know. But, you know, you get your beliefs and your faith from what you believe in. Everybody has their own different opinions or belief systems or whatever. And I don't have a problem with people having different ones. I just have a problem with people being used and not knowing it. I mean, if I sign up for something, I know that at the end this is, you know, the advantages and disadvantages, but Scientology is very bizarre. I mean, how many churches have to be outlawed in other countries? How many churches have, you know, Operation Snow White, Operation Freakout, Operation, I can't remember all. They have so many. All they want to do is sue people into submission and into silence. You know, look at the South Park Trapped in the Closet. Everything was done by, what, Jane and John Doe. I mean, and the whole thing was, we'll sue you in England. And Tom Cruise tried to have it pulled when he was still working for Viacom before his little escapades. I guess his OT level 7 didn't help him with Oprah's couch with the MEST because obviously he couldn't move the couch with his mind. Maybe he tried, but he just like jumped up and down and made a big scene. And I just don't see how people will ever look at him and not find that humorous or not feel, at least the way he acted was funny. And you might laugh at how he acted, but deep down I feel sorry because he's an untreated something, poster child for why psychiatric medicine is made. I mean, poor Tom and his sonograms. I mean, I wonder if Suri's got hearing loss from the daily sonograms he did. I don't know. I mean, he's just a joke to me. I can't. I'm so anti-Scientology. I used to have Face Off because I really like Nicolas Cage and I like that movie, but if a Scientologist is in the movie, not only I will not watch it, I will not buy it, I won't even see it at all. I want nothing to do with giving them money. So, yeah, Scientology the Cult Part 2. Stay away from Clearwater. They own that town. That's right, Mr. Key said, stay away. Mr. Key. Don't look so serious. You will scare the people. Mr. Kitty. He wanted to be in my last Scientology video, so I figured I should put him back. He's not as cool as Sparta, you know, the cat that everybody saw on YouTube, but he reminds me of Sparta. And I love him. So, Scientology, it did not save my cat, but my cat wants to save you. from Scientology. Tell him, Mr. Kitty. He's like, let me sleep. I don't have time.